Hi my little butterflies, welcome back to my channel Butterfly MUA. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercedes, I'm the face behind Butterfly MUA, and if you are new, remember to hit that subscribe button. If you're not, welcome back. So, you may or may not just have watched my flower beauty video where I suspect they are leaving the UK, and I just tried out a couple of products. That is the makeup look I'm wearing today. In that video though, I did forget to mention what lipstick I'm wearing. So in case you're wondering, I'm wearing a Lord & Berry lip liner in Vintage Rose, and I am wearing the Tokyo Liquid Lip from the Roxy and Revolution collection. I love those two, they are my favourite combination at the minute. But yeah, let's dive into this video. So this is going to be another chatty video. I'm not going to be playing with makeup in this one. And it is a bit of like a bit of news about the beauty community for the UK and Ireland. So if you haven't heard already, which you probably will have, Glamglow and Smashbox are ceasing trading in the UK and Ireland from the 29th of September 2022. So they're not closing down, but they are leaving UK shores, which is a shame because, you know, if people are working in those brands in the UK, they're potentially losing their jobs. But it also means us as the consumer, we're going to find it quite hard to get hold of these products in the UK. Maybe we can order from the US, maybe. I'm not sure how they're going to work this out, but I don't think they are, because on their websites they're like, yeah, make sure you buy your stuff now if you want anything. They've done a 50% off sale. They're like, make sure you use your gift cards up. If you have any problems, contact customer service. But from 29th September, everything to UK kind of ceases. So I don't know if we're going to be able to ever get it again. So they have put statements up on their Instagram pages. I will try to put pictures up of their statements if I remember. Come on, editing Mercy, remember to put them up. So the Smashbox one. They have put, to our Smashbox fam, an accumulation of challenges has sadly been more than our business can withstand, and we've had to make the heartbreaking decision to no longer accept orders in the UK and Ireland beginning September 29th, 2022. We've loved being a part of your creativity and expression, and we're forever grateful. Thanks for all your support and kindness, Smashbox. So that I think is actually very disappointing. But you know, brands, you know, of all niches, not just makeup, have had such a challenging few years. So we've had COVID, we've now got the cost of living crisis. People just don't have the disposable income anymore, and not just in the UK but across the world, to spend on like makeup brands or high-end makeup brands that maybe we used to a few years ago. So maybe that has all impacted everything and has made the decision for the company to uproot and move back to the US, which is such a sad decision because, you know, I've only tried a few things from Smashbox and I do have to say they weren't my favourite. But you know, I know people that absolutely love Smashbox, and I know they'll be disappointed that they are leaving. They are quite an iconic brand in makeup history. Like their primer, like so many makeup brands tried to dupe that primer because it was such an iconic item. Like so many people loved using it. At one point, if you watched YouTube makeup, everyone was talking about it. You could not watch a tutorial without someone using their primer. So I do have a little bit of history on the brand. I have my little notebook with me. So Smashbox was actually founded in 1996. So it's not like a new brand as such. So Smashbox, they actually originated as a photo studio. And the name is actually slang for a box style camera from the early 1900s, and it took snapshots of everyday life and captured it on camera. So what Smashbox Cosmetics means is an iconic photo studio known for makeup, empowering women everywhere to be their kick-ass beautiful selves. So obviously founded in 1996. But if we go back a little bit to 1990, that is when the Smashbox photo studio is founded by Dean and Davis Factor. They are great grandsons of Hollywood makeup legend Max Factor. Now that name definitely rings a bell. They start shooting iconic pictures for magazines and fashion campaigns. 1995, Davis hosts a photo assistance show to spotlight new talent, and it becomes an annual event. And then we get to 1996, which is when Smashbox Cosmetics launches. So they made products to work in a studio environment, but also in the real world and reality. So obviously they wanted their primer and their makeup to help their makeup stay in place while they're doing photo shoots under heavy, hot studio lights. So, you know, obviously they are photographers, but they wanted something that made their photos better. They wanted the makeup to be better. So we're going to skip ahead now to 2000. Their signature product, the Photo Finish Foundation Primer, launches, and it was created to minimise touch-ups during photo shoots. It became an iconic primer in makeup history. And that is the one that I was going on about. You know, you could not watch a YouTube tutorial without that primer being included. And of course, many brands like Liqueur from Aldi did try to dupe that. So, you know, it's been everywhere. 2003, LA Fashion Week debuts at Smashbox Studios. 2007 launches xoxo Intuitive Cheek Colour, a transformer product. I have no idea what that means, but if you love makeup and you love Smashbox, you will probably know what that means. In 2011, they realised how big the BB cream trend was and created their own, which became a hit with the professionals. 2013, they go international and expand into other countries such as the UK, Germany, Russia, Brazil and the Middle East. 2015, the Smashbox studio has a facelift and reopens. 2016 extended the legendary lipstick collection to 120 shades. Then we fast forward to now, they're ceasing trading in the UK. So their sort of statement does not really give much insight into why they're leaving the UK. I don't think it really says much at all, you know, other than accumulation of challenges. Now, we can only speculate on what those challenges are. COVID, cost of living, everything going up, maybe. But that's all we can do, is we can just speculate. We can sit here as the consumer and think, that must be why, but we have no idea. So obviously the other brand, Glamglow, also put a message up on their Instagram. An important message to our glam fam. Sadly, our brand is no longer accepting new orders in the UK and Ireland from the 29th of September 2022. An accumulation of challenges has led to the incredibly difficult decision to cease trading Glamglow in the UK and Ireland. Thank you for your support and kindness, and know that we will continue to trade on the other select markets globally. Stay #glam. So you might think that their statement sounds pretty similar to Smashbox, and there is a reason behind that, and that is because their parent company that looks after both brands is Estee Lauder Companies. So Kelly Gooch, another YouTuber, she does a deep dive series and she goes really into depth about parent companies and brand incubators. If you're really interested to find out what they are, if I remember, I hope I remember to try and link her channel down below so you can find out a bit more. But you know, a parent company is kind of a brand that looks after many brands, and they would just sort of help them along. They sort of own it essentially, I suppose. And then if things are not going their way, their parent company is going to think, right, we need to change things up. There is a little bit of a story behind Glamglow, and I went onto their website and it was a bit more like a comic strip So instead of being like just this normal story like Smashbox, Glamglow wanted it to be funky, to be a comic book strip, to have a bit more edge and life to it. So I hope it's not too disjointed when I'm talking about it. So the comic book story starts as an actor, apparently in Hollywood, wanted something to get them camera ready ASAP. Shannon and Glenn, who own Glamglow, set out with chemists to create something wonderful, a mask that could do it all. In Hollywood, word spreads fast, and A-listers began calling it Magic Mud. Glenn gave it to A-listers on a silver platter. They then wanted more, which then Super Mud came about, and it hits shelves globally and becomes a hit. More products were made, many of them winning awards, and it became a social media sensation, especially on Instagram. Originally designed as a Hollywood skincare secret to glow instantly. So this brand is actually a little bit more of a baby brand. I don't want to, not like baby for babies, but baby in its age. So this one was not founded in like the 90s. This one was only founded in 2010 for backstage and professional use, but in 2011 it was made available to the masses in retail. So if you think about it, we're only in 2022 now. The brand was founded in 2010. So it's not actually that old when you compare it to other brands in the industry. You know, so it's still quite a baby brand to me. So, like I was saying, Estee Lauder Companies owns or is the parent company to Glamglow and Smashbox, but they do have other brands under their belt, not just makeup, skincare, perfume. So the brands they currently own or are parents to is Erin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so I will write the name on the screen. Aramis, Aveda, Bobbi Brown, Bumble and Bumble, Clinique, Darphin, Dr. Jart, Frederic Malle, Estee Lauder, Glamglow, Jo Malone London, Kilian Paris, La Mer, Lab Series, Le Labo, MAC, Origins, Smashbox, Tom Ford Beauty and Too Faced. So there's quite a lot of brands under their parent belt. What does it mean for the future of those brands in the UK? So Smashbox and Glamglow I think are quite well-known brands. They're quite big names, and if they're leaving the UK, what does that mean for other brands under the Estee Lauder belt? What does that mean? Are they going to then up sticks and leave the UK and Ireland as well? Or is it something different? Is it just that these two brands were just not making the expected amount of profit that the brand expects they should make? Maybe the other brands are going to stay in the UK because maybe they are making the expected amount of profit. I did have a sneaky peek look at the Estee Lauder Company's website, and it doesn't really give much on there. It doesn't really explain anything as to why they are leaving, but it does say on there that as a company as a whole they have made quite big profits in the last few years. So I don't understand why they are taking companies away, but maybe these two are just not making enough in the UK and it's not viable anymore to keep them here, which is such a shame. You know, job wise, brand wise, makeup lover wise, it's just, it is very sad. But obviously since the pandemic and COVID, we are seeing a lot of brands either close down. I mean, we had Becca, and I love Becca as a brand. I have quite a few of their products still in my collection that I love, I adore, I use. And another thing that's a shame is that when Becca closed, Smashbox took on a few of their products, and it was like Smasher. That would have been quite a good name, wouldn't it? It was like Smashbox and Becca BFFs. They took like the brand favourites and kept them on the website. And when I looked the other day, instead of saying like, oh, you can buy Becca, it just said, oh, something is coming soon with Becca and Smashbox. But obviously it's not, because they're closing the website and ceasing trading. So that's another thing the UK consumers are not going to be able to buy, is Becca. Now I know a lot of people are like, oh well, Becca's gone anyway, but there was still that hope that you could get a few products from Smashbox, but now they're going to be only US based, and in other countries other than us it is definitely going to be harder to get hold of. So it is very sad, and I hope this does not set like a precedent for other makeup brands leaving the UK. I really hope it doesn't, because there are a lot of makeup enthusiasts and makeup lovers in the UK, and if brands are going to start leaving, it's going to be very difficult and very sad for us. You know, I know there are bigger things in the world to worry about. It is a very first world problem to be worrying about, but at the same time it's still sad. It's still, people are going to lose their jobs, and especially in this like economic mess at the moment, you know, this cost of living crisis, it's not great. I do wonder whether, I did mention this in the Flower Beauty video, whether the UK will end up being a bit more like Australia with makeup brands, where they tend to be really hard to get hold of. If you do get hold of them, it's very expensive for shipping. You know, I know that drugstore brands over in Australia can actually be really expensive, like more on the high-end price point than what we pay over here. I do wonder whether something like that is going to start to happen in the UK. Obviously we're still going to get brands that are drugstore and good prices, like we have Revolution and Elf, but I do wonder whether other drugstore brands and other high-end brands are going to start to leave, and I really hope they don't. But now we've started to see a few do it, I really think it might set the tone for what is going to come. So quite a sad, depressing video. You know, I wish everyone who works at Smashbox and Glamglow luck. I hope it's not too horrendous for you. I hope if you are losing your job, I hope you manage to find something really quickly. I know how hard it is. My family has been through that before in the past. So yeah, I really hope, fingers crossed, that everything goes okay and it's not too horrendous. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any more information, please feel free to comment down below, and I will see you all in the next one.